Alright, sweet. I'm live. What's going on, guys? It's the Archaic Eagle here today. And this is it. This is the episode I've been waiting for a long time. It is the final episode of Pokemon Fire Red. We've managed to get through all 8 gyms. We've took down Team Rocket. Literally the only thing left to do now is to beat the Elite Four. So, if you were in on my last stream, you may notice that I am not quite where I was before. I'm actually already in the Indigo Plateau. What I decided to do was go ahead, do a little bit of grinding, and go ahead and try and get out of Victory Road, because we could have spent about a good 30-45 minutes just getting through Victory Road, because it has puzzles that are connected to it that are really, really annoying. They're the kind of puzzles where you have to take rocks and things and move them to switches to hold them down to get doors to open, which really isn't any kind of fun. It's not anything that I would want to put you guys through for half an hour. So I went ahead and skipped through that, skipped through the grinding simply because, well, it's just grinding. It's just me fighting trainers repeatedly to try and get levels. So here is where we stand right now with the team. It's not at the best level, but honestly, I've beaten games with lower leveled teams, but only just. So this is going to be an interesting adventure. So the very first person I'm going to take on is Lorelei. Lorelei uses ice types, and the good thing is there are actually quite a few ice types in this game. Now, there's no pure ice types. They all have a subtype, but most of them are water. So if Snorlax can't take care of them, then Jolteon's got it locked up real nice. So what we're going to do is we're just going to hop right in, see where we get to. My plan for this stream is literally keep going until I beat the Elite Four and beat the champion. There's no, at this point, there's no turning back. We've got this far. We might as well go ahead and wrap it up. So, deep breath. Let's do it. I'm Lorelei of the Elite Four. No one can best me when it comes to icy Pokemon. Freezing moves are powerful. Your Pokemon will be at my mercy. When they are frozen solid. Haha, are you ready? No, I'm absolutely not ready, but we're going to see how this goes. I went ahead and stocked up on items, so I'm pretty well locked in on items, or at least what I could afford. She's going to start with Dugong. Now, I'm 12 levels under that, so this is going to be interesting. The good thing is that Snorlax is literally a tank. And if I'm right, I think his ability is one called Thick Fat, which reduces the damage done by fire moves and ice moves. So we got that. So that's going to help out a lot, because she's going to try and spam moves like Aurora Beam, Ice Beam, and Blizzard. Occasionally, obviously, using moves like Surf. But Snorlax is just so beefy that he can take hits from pretty much anything she can throw at me, and then dish them back just as strong. Not too worried about Safeguard. All Safeguard does is make it so that I can't reduce reduce attributes. So I can't do debuffing moves like Growl, Tail Whip, Sweet Scent, moves like that. Sweet Scent, or moves that would cause status debuffs. Don't work in this case, which I could care less about, because I went into that in the last stream. I don't run any status debuff moves. Now, depending on how the first few battles go, this may just turn into a run where I try and feel everybody out. Now, if I start getting to the end and it's like I'm able to do, pretty consistent damage and take care of everything pretty consistently, then we'll just push on to the end. But you may wind up seeing me make like 3 or 4 just pushes at beating the Elite Four, just simply because I try to work my best to get my team leveled up to a point where they would actually somewhat match up. But we would have been waiting a while, and honestly, there's not a lot of really good places to grind. And even with me going back and taking on some of the trainers I skipped, really didn't help me out that much, honestly. Like I got everybody up about 2 or 3 levels. It's looking like Jolteon might be my ace for this one, and I really wish I'd got that Thunderbolt TM from the game corner, but your boy didn't. So now I'm kinda stuck with what I have, which is fine. Like I said, I've made worse work out for me. It's just really tedious. Like, it can be really, really tedious. But in a way, it's almost kind of a fun challenge to make a run at them under-leveled, because at that point, it becomes less about just being able to lay down all the best moves, and more about, how can you manipulate the situations to work best for you. How can you, plan out, who you're going to send out in what order, and, what items need to be used when. So it gives it kind of a challenge, and I've been playing Pokemon games since I was like 6 or 7, so we're going way, way back in time. So I've beaten my fair share of games, and I've beaten my fair share of games a fair share of times. So yeah, after a while, you have to kind of make your own challenges. Nuzlocks are a good one. And just kind of running, headlong into the Elite Four with a completely underleveled team is another good way to really push yourself. Hey, Cinny, what's going on, man? Good to have you over here. Alright, Lapras. I do not want Jolteon to fall asleep, so we're just gonna let Snorlax do what he do. Honestly, if there's anything on her team I'm afraid of, well, yeah, thanks for coming by. I appreciate it. Anytime anybody comes into the stream, I appreciate it. I always like having you guys over. But you may have missed it at the beginning. Basically, I don't have a time frame on how long I'm going to be streaming this. I'm literally just going to stream until I either beat the Elite Four or I get mad and put my controller through my monitor. So, we could be here for about an hour and a half. We could be here 3 hours. We could be here 45 minutes, and then the game do something to, really run under my skin, and we end the stream early. Because I'm running a severely underleveled team. Like, this team is not is not like completely battle ready, but you know, I've made, like I've said, honestly, Cinti, I have no God's honest clue. My sub count is completely screwed up right now. Um, I've checked with people who I know are subbed to the channel, and they're still showing up as subbed. Uh, but when you just go look at the channel, it shows that I only have one sub. If I go into the creator studio, it shows that I have 11. At one point, it was showing I had 27 subscribers. So my sub count has been all over. I've sent YouTube like two error reports showing that my sub counts are messed up, and I've even, tweeted at YouTube through Twitter, and I've gotten absolutely nowhere. Like, nobody's gotten back to me, so I'm thinking it's a glitch on the, YouTube side. Like, there's something going on in their system that's, causing me problems with my sub counts. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Something's amiss on the YouTube side, but it's causing me a lot of problems, and it really, it really kind of stressed me out the other day, because it's like I went to bed and I had 27 subscribers, and I wake up and I have no subscribers. At one point it was showing I had 0 subscribers, and that was tragic. And then it's went from 0 to 1, but Creator Studio says one thing. Hey, Divide, what's going on, man? It's good to have you over. I was actually just talking to Cindy. I've been having some issues with my sub count. So if you've checked the channel, it's probably only showing that I have 1 subscriber right now. I have no explanation for that. That's something on YouTube's side. They've completely screwed up, like hardcore screwed up. Because at one point I had 27 subscribers, and then it went to 0, and then it's back to 11, and so I basically have somewhere between 0 and 27 subscribers, but it's looking more like it's like reset itself to 11. So yeah, I went into a complete panic Thursday, because I thought I just had this mass like exodus. I thought I thought everybody had just left the channel all at once. And then I was like, no, it's probably a glitch, but YouTube's not getting back with me. So again, I don't know what's going on there, but I was also telling him I have no plan really on how long I'm going to stream. It literally just depends on how long it takes for me to beat the Elite Four. So we could be here an hour and a half, we could be here 3 hours. I don't know, because I'm literally having to play. Other than that, like I'm having to play the item roulette game, because I have no, I don't have just anybody that can just flat out run over Lorelei. But other than YouTube deciding to, throw me into a panic fit, I'm actually doing really well otherwise. This is what I was afraid of. I was super afraid of her Lapras, because her Lapras is the strongest thing she has on her team. Lapras, by and far, is the best water type you can get in the original games. Like, by and far. With Starmie actually coming in as a close second. So she's gonna wipe me out, because I didn't plan this out well. And I didn't really want to use a bunch of items right now because I really wanted to kind of get an idea of how well my team's going to stack up against hers. It looks like I can handle about 4/5 of her team just where they're leveled to right now. But it could, it could take me a while to get through Lorelei. I'm not really worried about, oh goodness. I'm not worried about Bruno. I'm really not worried about Bruno. I'm not worried about, Agatha too much. Lance, will probably give me some problems, so I need to kind of get everything set up, for this. I was about to sell my Blizzard team. I thought I was getting ready to use it to teach something in Blizzard, so I about screwed up real bad. Light screen. Sell Rain Dance. Don't really care about too much about that. Safeguard. Yeah, like I'm still just gonna keep pushing at it, and I hope YouTube will, fix their crap at some point. They might get it straightened out sometime this weekend, and then everything will. Well, thanks, man. I really appreciate it. And hey, if you have some time after you get done handling what you need to, just pop right back in. Like I said, I'll probably be here for, oh, it's untelling. So just pop right back. Just pop in if you can. Hopefully I'll have made some progress. I don't know how much I will, but we'll see. But yeah, thanks. Seriously, thanks for stopping by. I really appreciate it, man. Get some max potions here. Alright, so, let's see. We are going, whoa. Yeah, didn't mean to throttle like that. We are going to go, we're going to go blow some cash for good reasons. So we're going to run to Celadon, and what might help me out here is having the TM for Thunderbolt. Coin case. Oh, yeah, that's right. Gotta have a coin case. To get a coin case, I gotta go talk to this dude at this restaurant right here. That's not a restaurant. That's some dude's house. I did not come to this stream to, break and enter into people's houses. No more slots. I'm going straight. Blah, 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 blah. I really doubt you're going to go straight. But, we'll see. We'll see. Now, let's see what goodies the Game Corner has for me. Miracle Seed, blah, 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 blah. Don't need any of those. Abra, Clefairy, Dratini. Now, if I had been smarter with my money, I would have came here and got a Dratini early. Because I could have evolved it into Dragonite, and, I could have had a Dragonite, and that would have been a lot better than some of the things I have on the team right now. But, you live and you learn. That's the fun thing about playing games, is you live and you learn. Sometimes you make really stupid mistakes. Thunderbolt. I am looking up I'm actually looking up the TM number, because TM24, I need 4,000 coins. Oy. Oifum. So, I do not have the money to get 4,000 coins. I don't even think I have the money to get 400 coins, let alone 4,000. So let me see if I got some stuff to sell, because I would really like to have that Thunderbolt TM, because that will speed things along. Let's see if you can get the TM for Ice Beam too. If I can, that would be great. Ice Beam, TM, Fire Red, blah blah blah. TM13, Ice Beam. Okay, so I gotta remember to get TM13, which is Ice Beam, and TM24, which is Thunderbolt. I'm trying to sell some of my stuff off here real quick and see if I can just take the cheap way out and just buy all the coins I need to 49. Moonstone. Oh, come on. Guard Special. Do I have anything here I can sell? Trying to think. I am not going to use Giga Drain. Why do I keep holding on to that? I'm not going to use Sandstorm. Honestly, I'm not going to use Overheat. And Overheat's good. Overheat's a really good Fire-type move, but the problem with it is, well, I don't really need Secret Power because there's no secret bases. Overheat's good as a first-time move. Like, as soon as you come out, use Overheat. The problem is it harshly drops your special attack. So what that means is it'll actually pull it down 2 levels, which is quite a bit, especially if you're using a fire type. And I can pester people here, and someone will give me some coins. That'll help. Receive 20 coins. Well, then why did you give me your coins, you idiot? Thank you. Keep this quiet. Team Rocket. Well, whoops. You know, I already know. Okay, I need Okay, so I'm going to just completely abandon this plan because I would be here for hours. Well, not hours, but I would be here for probably a good 35 minutes or so, just trying to get the money just to get one of the TMs I need. So we're gonna stick a fork in that plan, and we're going back to the Indigo Plateau. So I know that my best option is to lead with Jolteon instead of leading with Snorlax. Because if I can keep Jolteon standing long enough, then I can take care of Lapras. And if I take care of Lapras, I've pretty much taken care of her team. Alright. I'm going to go with Dugong and Jolteon. Now, if I'm right, she pretty much always will start off with Hail, which does good for me. Yeah, I take damage, but she wastes a turn on it, so... Or Safeguard, that's an even worse move. Again, a thing with the Elite Four, at least in the first few generations of games, was that they pretty much just, you know, kind of cherry-picked moves that that they would theoretically know at the level that they're at. So Dugong's level 52, so it would know Ice Beam, and it would know like Safeguard, Surf is an HM. But Safeguard, like I said, Safeguard is kind of a garbage move unless you're excuse me, unless you're going up against somebody who specifically uses, like, you know, debuff moves. Man, I've been so excited to do this stream. Because I knew it's going to be the one that's going to take the most time. Like, it's going to take a while, regardless of how many times I have to keep throwing myself um, at Lorelei here. Like, it's gonna take a while. Which, man, didn't know her stupid Cloister knew spikes. I don't really like that move. It's just really annoying. When I was playing like Fire Red, not Fire Red, that's what I'm playing right now. When I was playing like Ruby and Sapphire, and then like Horus, Steven, the champion, his golly, why can't I think tonight? His Skarmory knew spikes, so there's a good chance. So the odds usually ran pretty good that as soon as it started, he would use spikes, and then for the rest of the time you were going up against Steven, anytime that you would switch out, you would take damage from spikes. Oh, I hate Protect. Okay, so she's gonna go back to using Hail. Now, she's probably gonna heal up, so we're gonna be stuck in a loop here for a minute with Cloister. Which I always thought Cloister had one of the coolest designs, like just that like spike like fortress. Oh, is she really gonna use dive? This battle's going even more different than different from the way that the last one went. So, I mean, I like that because, you know, it kind of keeps me on my toes. But at the same time, I just want to hurry up and be done with Lorelei, because if I can get over Lorelei, then it opens up the rest of the Elite Four pretty easy for me, because like Agatha, the third of the Elite Four, she's the ghost type master, but she has a very limited pool of ghosts, because Generation 1 did nothing to bring in ghost types. There was only the Ghastly, Haunter, and Gengar lines, so she's pulling from a very, very limited pool of ones. So if I remember this one, she has 2 Gengars, a Golbat, a Arbok, and I know I'm going to be completely wrong about this, but I want to say a Vileplume. Or it's that or a Weezing. So her team's kind of all over the place, but I have a pretty general idea of how I can take care of her. I hate spikes. Hope she freaking chokes on those spikes. The good thing is, Slowbro's her only one that, well, I guess it's good and bad, because Slowbro's her only one that does not have a ice subtyping. It's water and psychic. So it makes it easy, oh, for heaven's sake. It makes it easy to take care of her Slowbro, but I was really hoping that I could have caught her Slowbro last. Trying to be careful here, because again, I don't want to burn up all of my restoratives on this battle, because I still... Oh, for heaven's sake! I mean, it's only been about 15 minutes, but I don't remember having this much of an issue out of Slowbro. At all, really. Ice Beam. Please don't knock me out. Please don't knock me out. Please don't. Really? Okay. So, how do I want to play this? Go with Snorlax just because he's a beefy boy. He a beefy boy. He's thick, corn-fed boy. Alright, so that's 3 down. With only a tiny bit of just pure frustration. As much as I hate to do it, I'm going to go with Charizard just to fill the gap. And this is what I was talking about, you know, having to kind of, you know, play chess with when, you know, when I send out certain members of the team and, you know, what order I do everything in. You know, I'm playing a chess match against a computer, more or less. And I knew that was going to happen. Like, I knew Charizard would take a absolute hit. But we're gonna go Snorlax. My goal is to, first things first, I'm gonna try and get Jolteon's health back up a little bit. And then second thing is I'm gonna see, as much as I hate to use a full restore on top of using one of my hyper potions, I'm gonna try and do as much damage to Lapras as I can, so that way hopefully I can get lucky and, are you freaking kidding me? Well, I'm not going to waste another healing item. That's just stupid. Because I know he's going to get knocked out. If I'm lucky, Jolteon can hold on and, you know, get a few shockwaves in and take care of this problem. And then I get to Jinx, and then I get through with Lorelei. Oh, come on. Body Slam. Okay, there I go. So, alright, now it's time for me to take a chance. You know, take a gamble. I freaking hate you, and I freaking hate your Citrus Berry. Because that basically undoes, like, one of the attacks I did. I hate to waste it, but I'm going to use my Max Revive on Jolteon. Use Ice Beam and just, you know, basically one-shot me. If I'm lucky, it won't, but I haven't been having much luck lately, so that happened. Shockwave. The only thing I have going for me right now is that Jolteon is much faster than her Lapras. The problem is, she's getting ready to heal her Lapras again, so it's basically as if nothing really changed out of it, and I'm still woefully underleveled. And honestly, it's a little bit annoying. Like, it's very annoying, actually. Like, it's downright infuriating. And, I'm trying to think about what I could do here, because literally her Lapras is the only thing holding me up. Like, if I could take out her Lapras, then Jinx is a non-issue. Really trying to not waste all my healing items in one battle. But it's looking like that's almost exactly what's going to happen. And it's the thing that sucks the most is at this point, just getting through Lorelei is going to be a big like trial and error thing, and then by the time I trial and error my way out of it, there's a chance that I'm going to be sitting on a very small collection of items to take me through 4 more battles. I might be able to get 1 more revived out of this. I'd like to have at least half the team revived. Or Charizard, because if I can somehow take care of Lapras, then then Jinx will effectively be a non-problem, because either Snorlax, Jolteon, or Snorlax or Charizard will just have a field day there, because Jinx is an Ice and Psychic dual type, and Charizard's a fire type, and Snorlax is, well, it is what it is. He is a big old boy, and he can just flop around and do big old boy things. So come on, I will pay you to just please don't use another full restore. And please let this shockwave hit. Oh wow, I just made a bet that I can't cash because I ain't got no money. Your boy broke. Your boy got school books and everything to still buy. Okay, so learn block. I absolutely have no desire to teach him block, because that's just a useless move. So we are going to go with my boy Charizard here. And Flamethrower. Burn, baby, burn. Disco Inferno. Burn, baby, burn. Ooh, yeah. I hate Lovely Kiss. I hate the kiss moves, because they'll either put you to sleep or they'll confuse you. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Please wake up, please wake up, please wake up. No! No, we are right here! We are right here. How is that move doing 80 points of damage? Oh my days. Okay. Let's see if Big Boy here can do his big boy things and pull a victory from defeat. I hope he can. Let's see here. His best move for this situation would be Strength. Nope, gonna be Body Slam. I wish this was... This is a point where I wish I was playing a 7th generation game, because he learns a fun little move in the 7th generation called... well, 2 really good moves in the 7th generation. One called High Horsepower, and another one, it's a Steel-type move called... Oh god, now I'm drawing a blank again. Look at me. Oh. Okay, now she's just trying to make this the most annoying battle I've ever had in my life, and she is succeeding. Very much. No, 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 no! Please let Body Slam hit. Got it! Whew, that took way too long. Things shouldn't be this way. Well, they are. So deal with them. Okay, whew. I don't know about you all, but that... that already took a lot out of me, and that was just the first battle. So, so if that's the first battle, by the time we get to Lance, I'm probably gonna pull my hair out, and I ain't got a lot left to pull out. So, so I could be bald by the end of this stream. I have not been frustrated with taking on the first member of an Elite Four in quite some time now. And that about, just really put me in a different dimension of pissed off I haven't been in before. So, now I cannot for the life of me remember what he starts with. I think he starts with his Onyx. It's either his Onyx or his Machoke. So, we'll just have to play that one by ear, but we're just gonna push on through. Okay, so well, let's launch right into it. What's the absolute worst thing that happens? He beats me. I have to go back to Lorelei again. I have to relive that nightmare. That's terrifying. I'm really terrified of that thought. Alright, so Bruno goes with his Onyx, like I thought. And I go with Gyarados. Now, my worst fear here is that he uses, like, Rock Slide or something. Because Gyarados, for whatever reason, for all of Game Freak's... Well, never mind. But what I was going to say is, for all their brilliance, Game Freak gave Gyarados the really unfortunate typing of water and flying. And I sort of understand the reasoning behind it, but a water and flying type has the unfortunate side effect of having a 4 times weakness to electric type moves, and it gives it a weakness that it didn't need to rock type moves. So, yeah. It's completely unnecessary in every way. Kind of like how Charizard has a 4-time weakness to rock type moves, because fire types are weak against rock types, and flying types are weak against rock types. So in their wisdom, Game Freak set it to where if you have one Pokemon that has 2 different types that are both that are weak to the same move, that move does 4 times the damage. So that's where that leaves me at right now. Alright, now with any luck, I'll be able to pull off another... Why? Why counter? Why counter? I hate that move. I have so much hate for that move. Yeah, good. Deal with it. Now here's where I'm going to have to just willingly start throwing healing items out like they're candy. So, 1 for Pidgeot. $5 says he's going to use Thunder Punch. Sky Uppercut. Not the smartest move by the NPC, by the computer. So before Game Freak got to a point where they'd really the refined the I've had so much trouble talking tonight, and it sucks because this is supposed to be the big epic finale for this series, but Game Freak, before they really perfected the artificial intelligence for the games, the computer would just sometimes pull off and do the weirdest things, like trying to use, like right now it kept trying to use counter, but counter only works if you hit with a physical attacking move. The problem is Surf's a special attacking move, but more to the point, it keeps trying to use fighting type moves against Gyarados, who has a very fortunate resistance to fighting types. So Gyarados may actually be sort of my saving grace here. See how Surf works. If Surf doesn't work, we're going to go to Rock Tomb. That's unfortunate. Okay. So Gyarados is down. I do not want to use Snorlax. That would be a terrible move. In a battle that has been plagued with terrible moves on every side. I just hate Rock Tomb in general. I don't like it as a move. It's a really annoying move, in my opinion. Okay, so we're gonna throw Snorlax out. This is kind of a bum move because Snorlax can do, well, jack all of nothing right now because it's weak against fighting types. It has 10 health. Literally all I'm trying to do is basically kind of reset the field for myself a little bit. I really should have used that on Gyarados, so because if I'm right, his last two Pokemon are another Onix and a Hitmonlee. So he basically has one representative of every one of the fighting type evolutions in the game. So fly up high, please go up there, stay up there. Cross Chop does no good against Pidgeot, who can fly. But when it's on the ground, Cross Chop will hit because Pidgeot has a normal sub-typing. So Pidgeot will pick up normal, like just base damage from fighting type moves just because of that normal typing. Which, again, one of those really weird decisions by Game Freak to give it that particular typing. I was going to use Hitmonlee. Okay, now this could be something that could really screw me over in the battle. I can either go to Charizard, heal up Pidgeot, or I could try and hit with Pidgeot, let it get knocked out, go to Charizard, have him take out Hitmonlee with Wing Attack, and then try and hit a Metal Claw on Gyarados, and then or on Onix, and have Gyarados come in and sweep. Or I could do it kind of in reverse, let Charizard do it, have Pidgeot finish, but we're just going to go with Hitmonlee, and I'm going to pray that I can get Fly in, and he tries to use High Jump Kick. Because if he uses High Jump Kick, and I'm in the air, it's going to miss, and he'll just keep going and hurt himself. Which is... I was not expecting Hitmonlee to be faster. Because Hitmonchan was slower. So, like I said, that could be one of those things that really kind of hurts the flow of the battle. Yeah. So, this went from a slight problem to a huge problem. because now I'm going to have to keep doing this, like, item roulette to kind of reset the playing field. Charizard somehow is faster than Pidgeot, so I'm going to pray. Ooh. So the computer just did me a solid. It somehow Mega Kick, which took out Pidgeot and took out Charizard, didn't have enough strength to take out Gyarados, which gave me just enough wiggle room to get them both healed. Now, if I can hit him with a wing attack and it knocks him out, great. If not, then we're in trouble. But your boy got lucky. Now, he's going to use Onix. Onix, in every situation, is slower than everything I have on my team. So, even if this doesn't work and Metal Claw doesn't knock him out, then I can just heal up Gyarados and then push off Pidgeot, and we'll be in. Yeah, and he made the really unfortunate decision to use Double Edge, but it didn't hurt him. Normally, Double Edge will hurt the user unless the user has the ability Sturdy. Sturdy keeps the user of a move from taking recoil damage, so take down, Double Edge. Moves that would normally cause recoil damage recoil damage no longer applies. No. No, we're not going there. See, I got lucky there because Gyarados' ability is Intimidate, which always lowers the attack the first turn that Gyarados comes out. So, why? How could I lose? Because I'm just infinitely better. Wow, salty much. So, we're just going to leave Bruno to pout. It's going to take most of my revives and possibly the majority of my healing items, too. So I have to be careful on who I heal up at this point. For the next battle, I'm actually going to leave Jolteon go. Just leave him alone because healing him's not going to do me any good. I need to heal up Snorlax. And for the start, I'll heal up Nidoking, who's a poison type. And if I remember, she starts off... Oh, well, I may want to go ahead and heal Jolteon. Because, see, I remember most of it, but there's parts here and there that are... Hold on, I'm going to fix something on my chat, because I want to make sure I'm getting all of y'all's chats, just in case somebody's chatted me and it's not coming through. But I remember the salient points, the key points of, like storyline points and the gist of what's going on with who I'm fighting. But I can't remember if Agatha, who I'm getting ready to take on next, if Agatha uses, if she uses, for heaven's sake, if she uses Golbat first or if she uses Arbok first. Which, that's important because... Well, thanks, man. It's really just years and years of time wasted in doing countless playthroughs of the game. Like, I have wasted more than enough of my life playing these games. I'm just drawing a complete flipping blank on who she leads with. Because who she leads with kind of drives how I'm going to approach this. So, That being said, let's just cover our bases here. I actually want to see if there's something I can teach him that could help out. Let's actually, you know what? Let's teach him Fire Blast. Snorlax is fun in that he can basically learn anything pretty much from the TM table. Like if you can think of a move, Snorlax can most likely learn it, which works really good but in making him the king of utility players. Like he's your do anything guy. If you're doing a playthrough of this game, get Snorlax. You know, it's always in your best interest to have one. But yeah, not putting, to put a very fine point on it, that's how I'm good at this game. This was one of the first games I got when I got my Game Boy Advance, was this game. So I've dumped a lot of time into doing playthroughs of it. And obviously, it's like anything. There are people who are a lot better at this game than I am. Like, who could, speed runners who could go through this and run laps around me, and people who know the meta game, like competitive stuff, who could absolutely bury me. But, as far as just, casual play, I think I'm pretty alright at it. Oh, please, old lady. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning, almost. It's like way past your bedtime. Now, my hope here... Oh, I hate double team. See, the problem is, I don't really have a lot here that... I have nothing that's super effective against her ghosts, which really doesn't work good in my favor. Because in the second generation of games, they didn't have abilities, and Gengar has a dual type. It's a ghost type and then poison. Ground types are normally effective against ghosts, but they're super effective against poison types. So if this was like gold, silver, or crystal, I would have just led with Nidoking and kept using Earthquake until I knocked it out. Doesn't quite work the same here. And I really wanted to use Snorlax first because it can, well, like the old watch ads used to say, it can take a lick and keep on ticking. Until it can't. Which really doesn't happen that often. Snorlax is badly poisoned. Hurt itself in its confusion. I am just in a world of... I'm in a world of hurt right now, because I don't have a lot that can help me out here. Let me go over my team real quick. So let's see. Charizard knows Flamethrower, and it's a fire type, so it's going to get an attack bonus. Jolteon knows Shockwave, which never misses. Pidgeot knows Aerial Ace, which always goes first and never misses. Nidoking knows Earthquake, but that doesn't do me any good. So I'm kind of limited here. I'm just going to have to just keep at it. But she's going to keep using Double Team until she maxes out her evasion. And basically, any of my moves that would normally Um, any of her moves that would normally, um, any of my moves that would normally be 100% accurate, um, they're basically reduced to like 50% accuracy of that. Alright, let me see what I can do here. See, that sucks because if he was just like 3 or 4 levels higher, then that move would have basically knocked her Gengar out. But it's probably showing up as paused on your guys' screen. I actually switched over back to OBS to fix some things and also to swap out headphones. Alright, so, I am sunk because none of these moves are going to work, and everything else is not effective. So I think we've gotten as far as we can on this, little push through. Trying to think who has moves that can hit 100% of the time, which would be, well, Jolteon and then everybody else. And this sucks because I didn't want to use all of the power points for Shockwave this close to Lance, because I'm gonna need Shockwave to get through some of the bigger members of his team. Please don't knock me out. Okay, so that takes care of Gengar. With any luck, she'll either use Golbat or Arbok next. Alright, so that works out great. Because I can just Shockwave Golbat into submission if it doesn't knock me out. Alright, so this is basically a push because I can heal him and she'll try and use, she will use Poison Fang again, which won't completely knock me out. And then I can use Shockwave after she uses it again, and that takes care of Golbat. Hopefully. Yes, good. So that's 2 down, 3 to go. It's going to use Arbok. Arbok has no chance against Nidoking, because Nidoking is super resistant to poison-type moves, which is pretty much, if I remember right, all her Arbok knows. Unless it knows Bite, but it knows Screech, which does, well, really nothing for me, because as long as I can, just keep hitting her with Earthquake, oh, well, Iron Tail's gonna be even less effective. Oh, crap! So Screech really did a number on me there. Yeah, I feel like I've went as far as I'm gonna go with this one. I'm not going to waste any more healing items. If I somehow make it through, then I will, but I'm not going to waste any more healing items. I'll pay out a good chunk of my money, but I've got enough from the first 2 battles that I can replenish some of my healing items. And I've gained a few levels out of this too, so that will that will help out as well. It's just... Alright, I should hopefully be faster than her Arbok. So yeah. So yeah, I take care of Arbok, but now I'm in the weeds again because... see, Jolteon's gained a lot of levels out of this. Like, Jolteon's now at level 44. Which helps out a ton because with Jolteon at level 44, that's gonna make my rematch, well, my rematch against Lorelei super easy. But we will actually take care of our third rematch against Lorelei. Lost against Elite Four Agatha, paid $52.80. So that's basically because I got 5,400 from Lorelei and 5,400 from him, so I should still have about like 7,000 or so, 83.95. So we're gonna try and sell a few things and buy some more healing items. We're not gonna get rid of that elixir. I don't want to get rid of those, even though it's not gonna do me any good. Go through some more of these TMs. Steel Wing would be one I can ditch. Solar Beam's another one because I don't really have a grass type to teach it to. So that gives me 1139.5. And we're just gonna buy a bunch of full restores. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take 5. We're at 1 hour and 7 minutes 37 seconds in. It's gonna go to it's gonna go still on you guys for a minute with no sound because I'm actually in OBS right now. It's setting up some things. I am going to take 5. I recommend you guys take 5 as well. Go get you something to drink. Use the bathroom. Smoke if you do so. Get you a drink. And we'll be back in about 5 minutes. And then we're going to take another run at the Elite Four. So don't go anywhere, and we'll be back in just a moment. Alright, we are back. Hope everybody had a very good short break. Your boy done went and got himself some coffee. Always hits the spot. So we are back, and let's see. We are just gonna lower our heads and take off at it. Now, like I said, Jolteon's got some levels on him, so that should make this battle easier, which means I'll burn less items, which will mean that getting through Bruno will hopefully be easier, and so on, and so on, and so on. And then hopefully we can get through with Agatha and get to Lance. Yeah, I can already tell I'm doing more damage this time, so this battle should go pretty quick. Hopefully. Crossing my fingers. Crossing my fingers and hoping that it goes a lot quicker than the last time. And then the time before that. And then I think even the time before that. Alright, so that takes care of Dugong pretty quickly. Don't really want to burn a healing item just yet, but I might have to. We'll see how Cloyster goes, because I want to say that Cloyster doesn't know Ice Beam. I think the ice move it knows is Blizzard, which if it's Blizzard, then that's either hit or miss, because it has like a 70% accuracy. The Cloyster isn't quite as sturdy as some of the other ones that she has. Obviously, we can see that pretty quickly, that Cloyster is not nearly as sturdy as, say, Lapras or Dugong or Slowbro. But she basically follows the same pattern every time. Dugong, Cloyster, Slowbro, Lapras, and then Jinx. And her Cloyster, she protect, she attack, but mostly she got horns on her back. Alright, so Cloyster is done, so she's gonna go to Slowbro. Like I said, it's basically the same pattern she follows every single time. So no, I don't want to switch. I'm actually going to try and ride Jolteon here out as absolutely as far as I can. So we're gonna hit him with the shockwave. Yeah, and that done really good. Basically took off half its health. So we're just gonna kind of throw Snorlax out here. Trying to take care of stuff. My phone keeps going off, so I'm trying to take care of that, and also try and be the best, like no one ever was. So So hopefully my phone will stop going off for a little bit. Revives. I'm running a little low on those. So at any rate, yawn. Not too afraid of yawn, honestly. Though it would be a good time for Snorlax to have some of his other moves. He actually learns three moves actually that only work while sleeping. They're called Snore, Sleep Talk, and oh goodness, there's another one. I think it may just be Snore and Sleep Talk, but basically they circumvent not being able to attack while being asleep. So they're pretty handy little moves. So yeah, Snorlax is done for. The boy is completely done for. Nothing I can do about that. But we got Jolteon, which is hurt by spikes. I'm not too worried about that, because Jolteon is infinitely faster than Slowbro. I mean, slow's even its name. So it's pretty well a dead giveaway that he ain't moving too fast. Elite Four Lorelei is going to use Lapras. Yeah, let's see how this goes. So I'm still faster than her Lapras. And now I'm packing a lot more punch. Comparatively. So with any amount of luck, I should be about done with Lorelei. I hope. Alright, Jolteon's out, but I know this is a fool's errand right here, but I'm going to go with Nidoking. Because, okay, that's actually good. I was hoping that she would heal up that citrus berry, so now I don't have to worry about that. Yeah, I am hemorrhaging health items, like left and right. Which is a pretty massive problem. Because I'm broke. My game character is starting to reflect my real life, which is scary. Because we're equally broke, and the only difference is I'm just a college student and part-time YouTuber. In this game, I am aiming for the absolute top, and we're in danger. Oh, for heaven's sake! That's a huge problem. Dummy me didn't pay attention, and dummy me forgot to heal up Jolteon. So I'm gonna have to do that now. Confuse Ray. Not super worried. Alright. Alright. Again, thanks to his completely just bizarre typing, that move is only normally effective, so again, not super worried. Basically, I'm just using Gyarados as a placeholder. I don't want to attack, and it seems counterintuitive, but there's a method to the madness in that if I attack, no matter what attack I use, be it Dragon Rage or Bite or Water Pulse, is going to is basically going to pull Lapras's health down to a point where it's going to trigger her to um, try and use a full restore. Because again, by this point, Game Freak had really just started to get into the finer points of refining the artificial intelligence. So basically, the way the programming works is when Lapras's health hits a certain point, or when any opponent's health hits a certain point, if they're programmed to have items, then their immediate next action is going to be to use an item. But Lapras was not inside that range, so even though Jolteon's faster and Jolteon had the type advantage, the game chose not to use a full restore, even though as a human we would have used full restore right away. So that's sort of the weird thing about games. That's one of those weird things I kind of geek out about, is how sort of how games operate, especially older games, because games are always evolving, and in forms of artificial intelligence, I say that with air quotes, that's always improving. And at the end of the day, it's still weird to think that, even though you can get frustrated as all get out playing these games, it's weird to think that literally you're basically playing against a program that has a finite set number of actions that it can take, and that they're programmed to only take those actions in certain situations. So, like as a human, I'm free to, just make all kinds of crazy decisions, whether they're in my best interest in the game or not. But, games, they have to follow a set, a formula, a set system. And again, I'm just the kind of nerd that would sit and, put that kind of thought into it. But at the same time, it's actually, it's interesting, because in addition to playing, newer games and even older-ish games like this, I have a soft spot in my heart for, like, old arcade cabinet titles. So things like Galaga is my go-to. Like, I actually have one of the, like, home systems, the little plug-and-play systems that you can hook the game into a television set, and you'll be able to play, play old arcade titles. Like, the one I have has Galaga and basically any version of Pac-Man that came out in the 80s that you can think of. A platformer title called Mappy, Galaxian, which is the prequel to the game, to my favorite game, Galaga. A game called Xevious, and a game, and I'm going to probably butcher this title, 8 Ways to Sunday. I think it's called Bosconian. But, I'm just kind of a, a geek for figuring out how, how games and stuff, how they operate, what makes them tick. Oh, man. Lord my speed. Now, see, again, this is what I was talking about. Even though he lowered my speed, which made him automatically faster than me, see, he's faster than me. Even though I'm using a move that typically would hit first, he was faster than me, but sort of the weird way that the programming operates, it does weird stuff, like that, even though it doesn't quite work, in the interests of the computer. Alright, looks like I have another new viewer. Zake Spartan, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. I'm so glad to have you over. Um, Basically, I've spent the last hour and a half trying and failing miserably to get through the Elite Four. I'm actually on my fourth shot at it, and the farthest I've made is I've made it to the third member. So, um, so you haven't quite missed that much yet. You've mostly missed me, uh, kind of getting smacked around a bunch. But again, it's really great to have you over. I'm glad you stopped by to check out what's going on. Okay, what move do I want to use? Alright, just a second. Alright, so, how do I want to do this? So how do I want to approach this? I'm just gonna leave Snorlax to take the blow here. Again, I don't think I'm gonna get too far in this shot at it either. Just because, I'm short on cash in the game, and I'm still not quite at the levels I need to be. Like, to be doing this realistically, like, Pidgeot should be almost level 50. Basically, my team should be in the level 50s, and I'm running at it at, like, level 42. I hate counter. I hate counter, and I hate everything about counter. But Charizard should be able to bail me out here. So I can hit him with the wing attack. And I know for a fact the next one he's going to use is Machamp. And as soon as he gets on with Machamp, he'll use Hitmonlee, and then after Hitmonlee, he'll use Onix again. So if that tells you how long I've been playing this and how many tries I've taken to get where I'm at, I've basically got the pattern memorized on how they send out their team. Which still does me a fat lot of good because I'm still absolutely getting my teeth kicked in. Man. Man alive. So this may turn into an inadvertent grinding session. Like, I may just have to, pull the plug on taking runs at this and just go find trainers to beat up on. Which is all good. It still kind of fits into the spirit of how I like to do my streams, which is, we just relax. I play the game. And sometimes we all wind up being victims of my absolute lack of foresight as far as, what I should have done with my team. So, like I said, your boy sometimes is kind of a dingus, and he kind of sometimes doesn't, make smart decisions when it comes to, playing games. But that's alright, we're all human, and, that's just, again, that's the spirit of how I play games, is, you go through, you have fun, you try it your way, sometimes it's going to pan, and sometimes it's going to be an absolute disaster. But really, as long as you're just having fun and playing the game, for me, that's important. And I'm getting my teeth kicked in, and I'm still having a blast. Just because, if nothing else, I'm getting to share, the whole experience of me trying and failing and trying and failing and trying and failing. I'm getting to share that experience with you guys. And that for me has always kind of been, blah, 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 ran to the center, blah, 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 blah. And for me, that's always, just kind of been the spirit of my channel, which is, whether I win or lose, or whether I'm playing the game right or how it should be played, or whether I'm doing great at it or not, you know, I just want everybody to have fun with it, myself included. So I don't take things super serious with it, and I mean, I take it serious enough not for us to be like on episode 40 and me still be back, like the fourth gym, but at the same time, um, you know, I'm not letting it get to me, that I'm getting my face smashed by the Elite Four, because, the whole spirit of these types of streams are just a chance for, for everybody to just relax, I like to watch streamers who are like super competitive and like trying to do everything, but sometimes I just like to watch streamers who, it's just kind of a relaxed atmosphere. You're doing stuff, you're talking. For whatever reason, my computer continues to inform me that my iCloud settings are out of date because I tried to sync my iCloud email to the email server on this computer, and it's just a hot mess. But again, whether or not I'm succeeding or failing, it's sometimes the adventure is worth more than the journey, or worth more than the destination, rather. And that's ultimately, at the end of the day, what I want my channel to be. I want it to be a place where it's a no stress environment. I'm not completely freaking out yet. I mean, I do at some point plan on, biting the bullet and trying to play Bennett Foddy. But, I don't really get too tied up on whether I'm getting my face mashed in by the game or not. I'm just here, I'm just here to have fun, play the game, and just relax and hang out with you guys. That's what I like the most about doing these kinds of streams. So here we are again, we're back to grinding. This was actually what I was doing for like an hour before I started the stream. As you can see, it panned out about as well as you think. But I wanted to come to this place specifically. It's called Kendall Road. Only because these four trainers here, they all basically have members of like the Mankey and the Machop line, who are all conveniently weak against flying types, of which I have two, so I can just grind to my little heart's content, get us money, and get some of the TMs I need to pump up the team, and get some of the healing items I need. So, but basically, that's kind of my plan. Is just, play it out. Try and get some grinding done, get some money, try and beat the Elite Four and beat this tonight. And that would wrap up this series, and then I'm gonna probably take about a week off or so. Just kind of depending on some things I have planned out. I'm gonna probably take about a week off or so from streaming. And the main reason is I'm actually gonna be setting up my Twitch. Kind of getting my layouts and things set up the way I want there. And then, moving forward, all my streaming stuff will be going on over there, because, Twitch is just a lot more streamer-friendly. So, it works better for me when trying to stream stuff. Usually the stream qualities are better. It's just an overall better streaming platform. And, that's where I'll be doing my streaming stuff. So, if you have not followed me on Twitch already, you need to go over there and follow me. Search Archaic36. You'll be able to follow me, and then stay tuned. Stay tuned to this channel for more information, because I'll start this. I'll make announcements here on the channel to let you guys know, when I'm streaming there. I'll also be making announcements on my Twitter. If you're not following me there, make sure to go ahead and follow me there, because I'm really wanting to utilize my Twitter account more. I set up one basically around the same time I started, doing my recording and everything, for the channel. But YouTube kind of made me fat and lazy with it, because they were constantly updating my Twitter with when I was going, when I was going live, when I was posting videos and everything. And then around the end of January, they kind of got rid of that. So, it kind of gave me the shove I needed to really, start putting more effort into, utilizing my Twitter account. And really, I want my Twitter just to be a way for me to interact with you guys, away from just like update videos and, announcements I make while I'm streaming or everything. Um, that's my plan with my Twitter. So as far as my Twitter, if you're not following me there, go to Twitter, search at Archaic Eagle. You'll be able to find me pretty easy, because the my thumbnail for Twitter is the same thumbnail that I use for my channel. I wanted to keep everything consistent, so it'd be pretty easy to recognize that you're on the Twitter for my YouTube channel. So go over there, follow me there. It's a good way for me to be able to interact with you guys, let you know what's going on with the channel, what some of my thoughts are on what I'm wanting to try and accomplish, and not have to hold them off for like announcement videos. Unless what I'm trying to do specifically, lends itself to doing like an announcement video. So go follow me over there if you haven't already. And that's where I'll be updating, as far as like streams and when I upload new videos. And my plan with streaming, since I'm on that, is this: 90% of my streaming stuff is going to be moved over to Twitch. Now, occasionally, once or twice a month, I'll also do streams on my YouTube, because I know some people don't have a Twitch account, or they don't want to deal with Twitch, or whatever the case may be. Not everybody likes Twitch as a platform. It's different people have different tastes, and I respect that. So, once or twice a month, I'll be doing streams here on YouTube for those who just prefer to catch everything, all in one spot. But, just as somebody who also wants to be able to make streaming content as well as, my short form stuff, my edited videos, I want to be able to give all of that to you in the best possible form, and Twitch just lends itself a lot better to doing my streams than YouTube does, because for whatever reason, YouTube's streaming platform, it has a lot of issues. I've known people who do have streamed on both, and the difference between how the quality of the streams turn out is it's complete difference. It's a 10-to-1. It's like a 10-to-1 difference. Like their videos and everything, their streams on Twitch come out so much better. They look better. It's just a better all-around set of circumstances, and that's what I want. As a content creator, as somebody who's putting out content, I want to make sure that you're getting the best that I can possibly offer. And if that does mean that I also have to maintain another platform to do so, then I'm more than willing to do that. And so that's why I made that decision. I've had issues with trying to stream with YouTube. I've had a lot of issues with like lag and drop on my on my on my now my Discord's going off. Need to close out of that so it's not popping up on me every few seconds. But it's just I've had enough issues with trying to run this particular streaming series on YouTube that I just want to make sure I'm getting it to you all on the platform that's going to host it out the absolute best. So, that was the sort of the driving motivator behind that decision. And, I'll still be doing edited content. I've just kind of been on a kick with wanting to get this streaming series done. Kind of get, wrap this up because people have been following it. It was pretty well one of the longer running things I've done on the channel. So, I kind of wanted to, kind of bring that to its end and kind of, get myself set up to where I could start doing more streams on a platform that's better suited for it. And I have some things up the pike I'm planning, with the channel, kind of ideas I'm tossing around, as I go through the day, just kind of thinking them through, seeing, how feasible they would be, how likely they are to succeed, or, how much sense they would make given, the setup I'm currently running, on whether I could do those or not. And this is the thing I like, because I like streaming because, it's not always going to be me just 100% talking about everything that's going on with the game, because right now there's not really much I can add that I haven't really beaten into the ground. At other points, it's pretty well straightforward. Right now I'm just grinding. I'm taking on trainers that are pretty much, these are, at this point in the game, these are some of the highest level trainers that I can just keep rematching. And they give a good enough pool of experience that I can get my team leveled up to a position that's going to make it a bit easier. The one thing I can definitely add is this location here, the Ember Spa. Super convenient, because those 4 trainers are grouped up together just perfectly to where you can always hit them with the Versus Seeker and, rematch them. And, and they also provide a good pool of money. Alright, Divide, take your time, man. Just take your time, come on back when you're ready, whenever you're able to. I'll still be here, still be grinding, still trying to raise money to, to get the items and stuff I need. Hit him with the Dragon Rage. But kind of like where I was going again, I don't have to. That's what I like about streaming is, it's if nothing else, it's a bit more organic. I can get into situations like this where I'm not, doing anything that's really necessarily advancing, the story or anything like that of the game I'm playing. And I can just kind of take that time to just, interact with you guys, kind of, bounce my thoughts off of you guys, kind of let you know what I'm thinking, as far as my channel and just in general. And one thing I'm thinking about doing at some point, it probably won't be necessarily my exact next, game I start streaming, but I'm kicking around the idea of trying to do, like, I wouldn't necessarily call it a speed run, because I've never really gotten into the whole speedrunning thing, just simply because, you know, that's not really my style. In a way, it kind of takes away, in my opinion, it would take away a bit from the fun of the game, because, I mean, if you're playing a game and your only end goal is to fly through it as 100% as fast as possible. You know, for me, you know, I feel like it would kind of take away, because you don't really get to digest the game. Really, you're basically just, you know, executing a whole bunch of actions to try and get to an end. And at least for me, that's not very fun. That's not, you know, that's not what I'd want to do. You know, try and, like, beat, say, a game that speedrunners seem to drool over is a game called Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories, which I used to have for the PlayStation. It uses an alternate set of rules than the main trading card game rules. They're actually more the rules that were, you know, the play rules that were set up for the collectible card game, the CCG. But no, that's one that speedrunners try. Excuse me. That's one that speedrunners seem to, like, drool over. And you get people beating it in like an hour and 10 minutes, or in, like, you know, 58 minutes or whatever. That hit the spot. And, you know, for me, that game was kind of kooky, simply because it didn't follow the rules at all of the trading card game that I knew. Because when I got introduced to Yu-Gi-Oh, it was just getting big. Like it had just hit America, and it was flying. Welcome back. Didn't really miss a lot. Just kind of missed me, just kind of rambling, about life and, just some plans I had with the channel. I was mostly talking about, kind of what my next streaming idea was. And I was just kind of talking about speedrunners and how, I don't really plan on ever doing like a speed run, but where I was going was, one of my ideas was I was planning on doing I wouldn't call it a speed run, but like more it's like a one setting run of Pokemon Crystal was the game. Battle scene off. There we go. Normally I like watching the battle animations and everything, but that helps save a lot of time, especially if you're like where I'm at right now, which is just grinding, trying to get money and levels. Just gonna hit that. Okay, only these two. But I was thinking about doing like a one setting, doing it all in one sitting run of Crystal. And that would be a massive stream. That's something I would basically have to dedicate an entire day to. So, I'm trying to think of a point in time when I would be able to do that and have it come off successfully and not have a lot, get in the way of me doing that. Because, right now I'm at a point where I can only stream and record, in like certain points of the day. Just simply because, my microphone's really, really sensitive to like what's going on in the background at times, and it picks up a bunch of noise. And if there's noise going on upstairs from where I'm recording, my microphone picks it up, and especially if I'm doing like an edited video, that drives me absolutely up the walls, because, I don't want a lot of background noise. I don't want a lot of interference, because if there's like little tiny hiccups or something, I can typically kind of polish those out. But if it's like big noise, there's only so much I can do for that. Ooh, she finally wants to battle. So, so basically, I'm having to try and, you know, get to a point, you know, try and get myself in a situation where I can do that, you know, and it not have a bunch of interference going on the whole time. Because, again, it's something that, to do like a one-sitting run of, like, Crystal or something, I would basically have to have the entire day, or a good chunk of the entire day. You know, just because, yeah, it's a pretty short game, but it's not so short that I could do it in just like 2 or 3 hours. Like basically, even if I run it sort of in like speedrunner settings, you know, where you have the text speed set to maximum and you've turned off battle animations, things kind of like how I have it now. Even if I did that, you know, it's basically it would basically take me the entire day to see if there's anything in these rocks. Sometimes there is, but it would basically eat up my entire day. So that on its own, I need to make sure I'm in a you know, I need to make sure that everything's going to be just right for me to pull that off. But again, all that's just contingent on me, you know, getting my Twitch account set up, which I have it set up and everything, you know, as far as it existing. But there's like, you know, like widgets and things I need to, you know, set up to, you know, to help, you know, help improve the experience. So I'm going to take some time, you know, work through that. And you know, that'll take that I'm going to take about a week on that. It'll also, you know, be a week that I'm not, you know, streaming or doing anything like that, so I can get some actual videos out to you guys. Because I keep meaning to do Happy Wheels, and I'm definitely going to record Happy Wheels. I'm going to try and record it tomorrow. And it doesn't take a lot of editing. That's one thing I do like about Happy Wheels, as something I can do on the channel, is you guys seem to really enjoy it, and it doesn't take a lot as far as editing. It's a very low intensity thing as far as editing it, because mostly it's just me having to try and cut out, you know, some of the dead spaces, and, you know, make sure that you're getting the best clips, the funniest clips, and you don't have like 2 and 3 minute segments of me, you know, going through menus or whatever, or just points where it's silent because there's nothing, you know, there's nothing really going on the screen. But you know, that's something I do plan on doing, is, you know, in the next week, getting you guys out a Happy Wheels video, and then, you know, just hacking through, you know, getting my, you know, Twitch page, you know, finalized, getting some things in order with that. Megahorn. I do want to teach him Megahorn, because that is a useful move. And like I said, most of what I have to do with the Twitch page is it's just more or less, you know, admin side stuff on my side that I have to, you know, stuff on my side that I have to try and, you know, get in order, so that it makes me as the streamer, you know, in a, you know, have everything I need to give you the best quality stream, and then everything you guys, you know, as the viewers would have to, you know, to get the best possible experience out of the stream. Dadgummit, it's always just these two. Okay. But, you know, that's kind of the plans there. I really do wish that YouTube would get their act together As far as my sub counts, that's still something that's kind of a bug in my, bug in my ear, is that they've completely got my sub counts all out of whack, and I hate that because it's annoying. Because as a content creator, you kind of want to keep your finger on the pulse of what direction your channel's heading in, which is really hard to do when you honestly have no flipping clue where you even stand, just because your counts are hovering anywhere between 1 to like 27, and which is where I'm at right now, and I'm no shame in that. I'm a channel that's just it's in the process of getting to a large base, and I'm happy with the subs I have right now. I'm happy with all of you guys. I love that there are 10 of you that said, well, this hillbilly playing video games seems like he could be interesting. We're gonna follow him and see what he does. I really appreciate that, because again, without you guys, there's no Archaic Eagle channel. It's just me sitting alone at a desk with a microphone talking, and that's just plain creepy. Well, not creepy. It's more kind of sad. But again, you guys make the channel, because again no subscribers means no channel, really. So I'm happy. I'm really happy that you guys have decided to follow me on on this weird little journey I've decided to put myself on, as far as trying to do a YouTube channel. I love that. I really appreciate that. And I appreciate it more than you guys know. Or more than I can really more than I can put into words, because again, it's just awesome to know that there are people who like my content, like to follow my content, and like to like what I'm putting out. And I want to try and make the best possible channel for you guys. Make sure that anytime your notification goes off that I've put out something, that what you're going to watch is is good quality content. And like I said, I'm super excited to have you guys along for the ride. I can't wait. I really can't wait to see where we go, because 10's a start. And whether I have 10, 100, 1,000, 1 million, it really doesn't matter. I'm just really, you guys are the most important thing about the channel. And, again, I appreciate you guys deciding to, take a shot at following my channel, following my content, seeing where it goes, seeing what I can do. And whether there's 10 of you or a million of you, I'm still going to try and give you all the best experience every single time that I boot up a game, or that I turn on OBS, or just whatever it may be, whether I'm streaming or what have you. So if you follow me on Twitter, you saw that I made a tweet about finally passing the 25 sub mark, and then it turns out that YouTube had glitched out in a new and exciting way. So I didn't quite hit the 25 like I thought I had, but again, regardless of that, my thought that I added at the end of that tweet still holds true. You all are amazing. And whether you're watching this with me right now, or you're catching this when it posts out to YouTube, after I finish up the stream, you guys are, truly amazing. The feedback, the support, coming in, checking out the streams, checking out checking out the videos I put up, that to me that's the most gratifying thing about doing YouTube, is that, you know, something that I'm putting out is something that somebody somewhere finds some type of entertainment value in and wants to come back for more, and that I can, do something to bring a little bit of entertainment to somebody's day. Whether it's just by me not knowing how to follow basic directions when being chased by a killer, to launching penguins into space, or, to trying my best to not completely crash and burn, playing a game of Happy Wheels, to even this, trying to finally beat the Elite Four and become the champion. It's really awesome to know that something I've made and something, that I've put time into is something that turns around and is something that somebody, says, that was awesome. I really liked watching that. That was entertaining. That's for me the most gratifying part. And having a big channel would be nice. But even where I'm at right now, it's still one of the most gratifying things I've done. It's one of the most, it's one of the most awesome things I've done in my entire life, is having this channel. And whether I go big with it or whether I kind of stay smaller, it's still going to be right at the top as one of my all-time favorite experiences, is just having this channel, and having a subscriber base. And that, that's a pretty awesome thought. But we're not here to listen to me wax sentimental. We're not here, to listen to me give a rah-rah speech. So I'm just going to leave it off, and kind of close it down with saying, thank you all for your continued support. Thank you all for, coming out when I stream. Thank you for checking out the videos that I put out. Just thank you so much for that. And, as long as you guys want it, I'm still going to keep putting out videos. I'm still going to keep putting out content. And I'm still just going to keep trying to put out something that, can bring a little bit of fun to somebody's day. And at the end of the day, if I accomplish that, then I'm going to feel that this channel has been an absolute success. So again, thank you all. But we're not here for me to get sentimental. We're here for me to play Pokemon. And I should almost be at a point after doing all of this that I can, that I can turn around and make another run at trying to beat Laurel. I'd like to get Pidgeot at least up one more level. So, let's see. Okay. None of them want a rematch. Number of steps, 22. Dadgummit. Dadgummit, Archaic. Here we go. Okay, all 4 of them want rematches, so I'm going to do these 4 rematches. I'm almost at 30,000. My plan is to get everybody leveled up one more good run, and then we're going to take another stab at the Elite Four. I'd really like to get Thunderbolt, so I'm gonna try and see if I can get the best of both worlds out of that. I'm gonna see if I can get the Thunderbolt TM and get a few healing items. And just kind of see where I go with that. I wish I had the amulet coin, honestly. Like, that's the item I need, is the amulet coin. Because what it does is it boosts the amount of money that you get from the amount of money that you get from battles. So alright. I always thought Shay was a girl's name. But, you know, who am I to judge? Alright, so Pidgeot's at level 44. It's going to help me out a bit against Bruno. Actually need to have Charizard up front, and then I'm going to also run Gyarados. It'd be nice to have a good chunk of the team at 45 at least, because that'll help a lot. Because up until this point, most of the team was stuck in, like, the low 40s. And, I mean, the closer to 50 they get, the better. Closer to 50 they are, the much better chance I have of being able to do jack all of anything against the Elite Four. And I don't know, this is just a good example of, you know, what happens when you severely overestimate your own ability to do something. In my case, I way overestimated my ability to, you know, bypass, you know, poor leveling. I thought I was in a position to be able to, you know, bypass that pretty easy with the team I had. Apparently not. So I've learnt my lesson on that. Alright, so I'm gonna sail back to the mainland. And I'm actually not going to go to the Pokemon League just yet. Where I'm actually going to go is to Fuchsia City. And the reason I'm going to Fuchsia is, for whatever reason, the Pokemon League, the Mart at the Pokemon League doesn't have Hyper Potions. It has Max Potions and it has Full Restores. Which, Full Restores are good, Max Potions are an absolute waste of time. If you're stuck between buying a Full Restore and buying Max Potion, and you buy a Max Potion instead, you're an idiot. Don't do that. You know, pro tip of the day, don't buy Max Potions. They're a complete waste of money. Okay, so it's not Fuchsia City. I want to say Saffron. So I'm trying to think back to where I bought all my revives and stuff to begin with. Because I bought a bunch of revives and like a bunch of, you know, hyper potions and things. And I want to say I bought them here. Because I don't want, here we go, revives and hyper potions. Because hyper potions are 12,000 a pop, and I can buy 24 of them. Max potions are like almost 2,500, and I could have only bought like 10. So I have 3 revives. So what I'm going to do here is buy 20 hyper potions. And I am going to buy 3 revives, which will give me 6. So that means I'm not going to be able to, I am absolutely not going to be able to go to the game corner, which, alright. But I want to say that I'm in a better position to handle Lorelei. Because at least if nothing else, I have a lot more balance on my team this time. And so I have better chances of, you know, say if Jolteon gets knocked out, I have a better chance of doing something with what I have. But before we take a run at this, I'm going to take a quick 5-minute break. I gotta go to the bathroom. because your boy decided to drink a whole bunch of coffee during this stream, and yeah. So, I'm gonna take 5, run to the bathroom, stretch my legs a bit. It's one of the only downsides of streaming is, when you're recording content to edit. Usually, as far as the games I play, I can usually do that in about a 45-minute window, 30 to 45 minutes. Does what I want to do as far as getting the footage I need to be able to edit. But when you're live streaming, it can go anywhere from, you can be on a stream anywhere from like an hour or so to like 3 or 4 hours. So this is actually pushing up to be the longest stream I've done. I kind of figured it would be, just simply because the Elite Four is a pain to try and handle anyway. But I'm rambling. I'm going to take 5, run to the bathroom, stretch my legs a bit. I recommend you guys do the same. Get you a drink, get you something to eat. And then we're going to hop back in, try and take another run at the Elite Four. Now, we'll see how this goes. I honestly don't even know if we're going to be able to get this done tonight, honestly. And I originally said that I didn't really have a limit on it. I would like to try and keep this under like 4 hours. Just because, um, you know, nobody wants to sit for 4 hours and watch somebody continually fail. If you want to do that, then just go watch the highlights of the Super Bowl. So, um, if it gets to like 3.5 hours and we're still not going to be able to beat the Elite Four, I'm probably gonna call time of death on this stream. Honestly, go take some time tomorrow evening. Just do a whole butt ton load of grinding. And we'll reconvene this. We'll have an episode 11 instead of it ending in 10 episodes. And we'll take a run at it. Possibly Sunday or Monday night. But I'm gonna take 5, stretch my legs, get something to drink. No, another fun thing about streaming is you talk a lot, your throat gets sore. It's just one of those things. But I'm gonna take 5, like I said. I'll be back in just a minute. Don't go anywhere. Hopefully we make some progress. Be right back. Alright, I'm back. Again. So here's my plan. I thought a bit about this while I was getting a drink. Here's our plan. We're going to take one more run at it. We're going to lower our heads, take one more run at it. If we can't make any significant progress or beat it this time around, then what I'll probably have to do is go do some more grinding and take a run at it Sunday. I would do it tomorrow, but I'm actually going to be away from my computer and be out of town all day tomorrow, so I'm not going to have any time to do it during the day, and I'm basically driving halfway across the state tomorrow, so by the time I get back, I'm going to be a complete zombie, so I will not have the energy to do any kind of streaming. So my plan, like I said, is we're going to take one more run. That should take about half an hour, you know, just kind of based off what I have, you know, as far as items and everything. If we can't get, you know, to the end or beat it within that time frame, or if it doesn't look like we're going to make any kind of progress, then that's what the plan is. And I really wanted to try and beat it tonight, and I figured I could do it, you know, within a 2 or 3 hour time space, but it's becoming really obvious that I'm not going to be able to, and, you know, we could sit here till 8 o'clock in the morning Eastern time, which is what time I'm on, and, you know, try and beat this, but it's not going, but if we're not making any progress, then, you know, you kind of lose the fun of it after a while. So, like I said, one more shot at it. We're gonna take make one more final push, see how this goes, and then, you know, if it doesn't go, then we'll try again Sunday. All right, so time to lock and load. Make sure everybody is where I want them. You need to be out front. And yeah, let's boogie. Blah 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 blah. We've already tried this. All right, hit him with the shockwave. And that'll probably be something else I do, is if I'm grinding as much as I think I'm going to have to get myself in a position to beat Lorelei and, well, the rest of the Elite Four, then I will also be able to most likely get the 2 TMs I need to hopefully speed things up just a little bit, which would be the TM for Ice Beam, which is TM 13, and then TM24, which is the TM for Thunderbolt, which would really speed this along, but I figured I needed healing items a lot more than I needed Thunderbolt. So, hit him with the Shockwave. That takes care of Dugong. I'm going to switch out. And I would bet anything she uses spikes right away. I would bet anything. So I'm pelted by hail, which doesn't really bother me. We're going to use 20 Hyper Potions, but only 6 revives. So now the game becomes more keep them on their feet and don't. Ooh, I was wrong. Good thing I didn't shake on that bed, or I would be totally out of luck right now. So, like I said, I only have 6 revives, so I'm kind of in a crap position. Even if I do somehow manage to make it through Agatha, with 6 revives and going against Lance, I'm going to be in a really horrible position. and you know that eh, it's gonna be bad. It would be really bad. Um, so hopefully Lorelei doesn't take me out because I've shown that given, you know, all the right circumstances, I can take care of business against Lorelei. Oh, frig. Here she goes using dive. But I can take care of Lorelei in a fair amount of time. But like I said, at this point, I'm more worried about just even trying to build, even just getting through this battle at this point. Okay, so that takes care of Cloister. And that should push Snorlax to 42. Snorlax is probably the only one I'm not going to worry about over-leveling, because an under-leveled Snorlax is still better than a lot of my team at, you know, like at a matching level. Again, a matching level of a member of the Elite Four. So that, you know, that's of a benefit to me. Is that, oh goodness, is that I want to say, no, we're just gonna use Shockwave. I was thinking maybe I could have used Pin Missile. Yes, could have used Pin Missile. Because Psychic types are weak against Bug types, so Pin Missile could have done the job. But I would have preferred to just be, you know, more safe than sorry. Now, hopefully Pidgeot can actually outspeed Lapras here. Yes. And again, I have the right members to this team. It's not that the team itself is a bad team. It's not that the team itself isn't the right, you know, combination of members. It's that I'm in a weird situation as far as levels and, you know, move sets. Like, some of the moves aren't the ones I really need to, you know, to win. Like, I'd prefer to have Thunderbolt, because Thunderbolt's like 30, does 30 points more damage than Shockwave does. I just like Shockwave because it basically will hit 100% of the time. It's not affected by, like, Sand Attack. It's not affected by, you know, like, Double Team or Sweet Scent, which makes it a good move, which makes it a really good move. Because, you know, moves like Shockwave, Aerial Ace, really good because they're not affected by moves that lower accuracy. So if your opponent uses something that would normally lower accuracy, not really going to hurt too bad. Alright, Lorelei is going to use Jinx, so we're just going to go Charizard. And we should be done with Lorelei. So see, even that little bit of grinding I did, like I'd say about half hour of grinding I did, was already enough to put me in a position to take care of Lorelei. So I'm basically right where I need to be. Let me see if I can get rid of... no, normally I would give it Slash, but I just like having Metal Claw more. just because Metal Claw, helps give some coverage against rock types. In the unfortunate, unlikely event that I'm stupid enough to put him against a rock type. So I'm gonna heal Pidgeot. Snorlax is a no-go. I'm not even gonna worry about reviving Snorlax right now because it wouldn't do me any good. Because Snorlax would get one hit by 3/5 of Bruno's team, which is majority fighting type. So by this point, we've firmly established that Bruno is always going to lead with Onix. So we already know who I need to start with, which would be Gyarados. Alright, so hit him with Surf, and that takes care of him real quick. Alright, so he's going to go with Hitmonchan, so we're going right back to Pidgeot. Who, Pidgeot was, I want to say, it's like old 41 or 42 the last time I tried to take on Bruno, so yeah, he's already in a much better position. Talk about lucky break when you need it. Rock Tomb still would have knocked me out. Oh. Now see, that I actually didn't know. Is that Sky Uppercut will hit when you're in the air. I was 100% not expecting that. So he has, after Machamp, he has one more fighting type, which would be Hitmonlee. Alright. Rock Tomb. Bleh. Rock Tomb. You and your Rock Tomb. Alright, so we're going to go with Charizard. Who I really should have taught Fly to, instead of just having him know Wing Attack. Yep, there goes Charizard. Oh, Charizard, I hardly knew ye. Alright, we're gonna go with Nidoking here. And the only reason I'm wanting to go with Nidoking is so that I guess instead I'll do Earthquake. Okay, that lowers speed, but Nidoking's already, I believe, slower than Machamp, so it's not like it really hurts me or helps him in any situation. Basically, now I'm just trying to wear him down. Wear him down to a point where if I... Wear him down to a point where either Charizard or... man, this is going to depend on who has the better stats, on who I revive. Attack 95, Defense 73. Charizard, attack 92, defense 85. Charizard, all the way. Even though Charizard knows Wing Attack, a Wing Attack from Charizard should be more effective than a Fly from Pidgeot. So, and I would have revived Pidgeot, but I don't want to throw away all of my revives just yet. If Nidoking goes down, he's gonna hit you with Poison Point. Which, the only thing that sucks is that Poison Point is hit or miss on whether it'll actually kick in, which basically anything that has poison point will depending on if they're hit with an attack, will poison the opponent. Chipmunk only knows one move I'm worried about, Mega Kick. And Mega Kick is spotty at best on whether it'll hit. Because Mega Kick will only hit... I think it has an accuracy of... Drawn a blank. I think 75? I think its accuracy is 75, so... It's not overly powerful. It's not a move. It's not a move I would be... Well, it's powerful, but it's not overly accurate, so... It's not something that, I'm, falling over myself in fear of. Alright, my job is done. Go face your next challenge. Fine, we'll just leave you here to sulk. I'm gonna leave Pidgeot for this one. Because I only have 3 revives. So, literally, if I stand any chance of beating her and having enough members of the team left to do anything at all, I am going to have to be basically near perfect with how I handle this. Like, from top to bottom, I'm going to have to fight Agatha as about as perfect as you can do a match. Just to even put me in a position to give me a chance to make it to Lance. Now, at that point, whether I beat Lance or not is up in the air, but I really, even at this point, even though I basically took care of Bruno like that, I really don't think I'm still going to be able to beat Agatha. And part of that's just because I have nothing that has a type advantage against Lorelei. Or not Lorelei, Agatha. I fought Lorelei so many times that she's literally just right there at the forefront. Okay, that's a problem because I'm trying to use Mega Horn, which Mega Horn only has I think a 75 accuracy. Anyway, so its accuracy is super low. And if she just keeps raising her evasiveness, then she'll probably just... Yeah, she's got me, and we're not even... So that's a problem. She is used, and gummit, she's used, Double Team like 4 times already, so her evasiveness is already basically almost as high as it's gonna go. So yeah, literally I'm just mashing the A button right now to try and get Bite to even do trying to hit once. Yeah, this is a lost cause. This is just becoming a exercise in just trying to fight a lost battle. And I am not, I'm not going to peg all my hopes on beating her now. So the only thing that sucks is that confusion is so weird, because sometimes you'll go a whole battle and they'll use a move like Confusion or Confuse Ray or, Water Pulse or something that can cause confusion, and it will do nothing. It's basically as if they never confused you to begin with, and other times, every time you try and attack, you'll hurt yourself in confusion. So it's just so hit or miss that it drives me insane. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to beat her. I need to get somebody that can hit who's faster than her, so that way she doesn't just keep hitting double team, because that's what got me. Is she hit double team so many times that, I mean, yeah, I got Jolteon, who knows Shockwave, but Shockwave's not going to be enough to take care, because even if she didn't confuse me, she could wipe the floor with me in like 2 hits with like Shadow Punch, but for some reason she's going for taking the absolute longest way around knocking me out, which is, you know, just poisoning me and confusing me. Yeah, and I don't have enough healing items to even, because I need Nidoking to be able to take care of Arbok. And I can one-hit Golbat, but I'm gonna get hurt by poison. So it's, you know, it's not even really a matter of debate. You know, obviously I've severely overestimated my ability to take care of business here. So yeah, I'm just gonna try and ride this battle out, see how far into it I get, and that'll kind of tell me, if nothing else, that'll tell me where I need to be as far as, you know, how much more I need to level up and how much more I need to do to get myself in a position to win. And another part of it's just not having enough items to do anything. Yeah. But the good news is I don't have to buy as many, like, potions. I just need to get a bunch of revives. And then I can then put more money into, you know, kind of, because I'd like to have about 30 of every healing item. So that's probably going to be my plan. But I'm going to go ahead and call it, because we're at almost 3 hours, and I've managed to make it a third of the way through, about a third of the way or so through Agatha. And, you know, I could grind for like another hour and a half, and even then, you know, just at that point, I'm not guaranteed to be able to get through. So, like I said, it looks like I have vastly overestimated, you know, how likely I was going to be to beat this tonight. And that, you know, that happens. You know, like I'd said at the beginning, I've beat it I've beat it with near similar circumstances, but I'd kind of played my money a bit better, so I had a ton of healing items, and I had a few better moves in my move pool. So I need to, I just need to step back and kind of redo my strategy for this one. So I'm gonna go ahead and call it for tonight. I'll probably do some grinding tomorrow evening. Just kind of, get myself set in a better position to take care of business. But I've really enjoyed this stream, even though it's just been a complete exercise in futility trying to beat the Elite Four. I hope you guys have enjoyed it as well. Like I said, I've had a ton of fun. Again, if you haven't followed me on Twitter, if you haven't followed me on Twitch, go do so. Twitter handles at Archaic Eagle. Twitch is, if you search Archaic36, you'll find my Twitch channel over there. I'm going to finish getting that set up in the next week or so, and kind of get myself solidified to start doing things over there. But I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up for tonight. Like I said, I've had a ton of fun. It's been awesome having everybody who stopped by the stream. I hope you guys have a great night and a great Saturday, and I will talk to you all in the next video. Bye for now, guys. Bye for now.